Hello, everyone. Or, well, everyone. Well, now there's two. Bell, good to see you, brother. What a shocker you would show up after I told you I was going to be live. Oh, anyway, this is an impromptu show. Couldn't debate whether we wanted to go backstage and just talk or come out here and say hi to people. I don't know if anyone had heard me tell the story about how they took me off my antibiotics way too early. Well, I get the infection back in my foot and some more complications with it. Well, today that actually worked out for the best, I guess. I were able to clean the wound out, and there was no added injury to it. So I took all a stream of X-rays and white blood cells, and so I'm back on the road of recovery. Of course, it's gonna add another week not being able to get out of the bed, but at least now I don't have to go in for another surgery, which was what I was worried about earlier. There's a chance I'd have to go down to the emergency room, have another surgery to get rid of the infection that started up again. And it looks like the two different types of antibiotics they got me on are going to work just nice. I am going to start, because I can't get out of this stupid bed, try to get set together some of the things we want to make for V for Vets. So basically what I need is cardboard, let's see, foil, let's see, cardboard, foil, packing tape, and a ruler. And I can make a little solar panel cooker. I figured I'd keep myself busy in here since I can't get out of bed. Oh, it's been a fun day today. I forget the first time in a long time I actually went ahead and took their pain medicine so they could clean out the wound. That was interesting because it wiped me out the entire day. I'm just now coming to. That's why it's so late doing the show. Now, KY was going to come visit. Anyone that wants to come up can come up. Like I said, it gets really boring sitting in bed all day. And like I said, I was trying to do a couple other things, like find some kind of a home-based job. Well, it won't be home-based, but they don't have to know that. Actually, a job to do from the bed. Probably something like a customer service. So any of you guys out there know any of those? Data entry, customer service, time setters, those are really good. Usually they're part-time too, so they're perfect. Don't need full-time. Part-time would work. However, I get another whole week before I'll be able to get into a wheelchair and roll out the door. Go out and sit in the sun, hopefully. But the way that shit works, right? It'll start to rain. The whole fucking week. I'm eventually able to get out of this bed. It will be raining. I won't be able to do anything. Yep. And it's getting closer to my doggy's grooming day. I mean, they were booked up for 2 and 3 months, so finally almost there. The appointment was set, about a month and a half ago? She didn't look so cute. She gets, the full treatment. They're gonna expel her. They're gonna do her nails. Which the nails, by the way, help out the dog. She's elderly, and like I said, I don't know if you guys have heard before, but she had little Duchess had spinal arthritis. And you don't want them to have very long fingernails because they'll end up hurting themselves when they walk. They'll walk funny. It will add to the pain. And of course, we hype her up on pillows anyway. My little doggy's spoiled. Joan walks every day at the park. I'm not quite sure exactly where KY is. I've let him know that we're live in case he wants to come. Of course, my computer's slow, so everything I do is slow. Uh, it's going to take forever. Anyway, um, anyone wants to come up and has anything to talk about? Drama free. It's great to see you guys. Right now, like I said, all I can see is Bell, but it's good to see you, Bell. Wow. I intend to start manufacturing, or not I guess it's not a really good word. Start to assemble things here in the hospital. Little items give me something to do, for survival things to take out and pass out. But I don't plan to stay on for a little while. I don't know how long. KY shows up once to talk. We can see how longer or someone wants to come up. But basically, it was the condition of my health, which is back on track again. It's a small setback with the foot. Like I said, getting reinfected wasn't the funnest thing, and it's going to keep me laid up. They had to actually suspend. This is why you want a patient advocate to go with you. I'm going to a little rant here, but going into a hospital nowadays is not, and not having someone to support you is not really a great idea if you can avoid that. They get way too busy. And I mean, like a mistake like taking you off an antibiotic without the doctor's approval and then not turning around and doing a blood work test after he asked, that's getting ridiculous too. My roommate, if you guys remember, they supposedly accidentally prescribed him medicine and ended up mucking him up, and he had to go to the emergency room. So, I mean, you got to constantly be on top of the shit. I count all my pills and get used to what they are. That way, like today when they came in, they added a pill. Well, now I need to know what that pill is and why you added it. So I've been in the hospital now for about 5, almost 6 weeks. And then I know my regimen, but that's smart too. You want to make sure you know exactly what pills they're giving you. But the majority of the price will come in and tell you. When I come into your room, okay, I got and then I'll list the pills in front of you. That usually is a state mandate, so you know what they're giving you. Because you have the right to refuse any of the medicine. Now, whether that'll ruin your contract with them, which is the latest thing to get rid of you, they can say you're refusing to follow their doctor's orders, therefore they'll terminate the contract. Because that's what going into like an advanced nursing care facility is. Hospitals usually can only help you for a week or 2 weeks, and then you have to go into an advanced nursing home, a hospice, or whatever it may be. So that's the way that's going. But like I said, I have no reason not to take the pills they give me. I mean, like I said, they're right now, so I'm getting better. It's just I take a lot of pills, an amazing amount of pills. I'm not even sure. Like I said, it's a lot of pills. Oh. Another thing about if you can visit someone, that'd be cool. Right now, I haven't had any visitors. I live way too far away from anyone that can actually come. I got a couple people who wanted to swing by and say hello, but I really would like to wait till I get out of the bed and into a wheelchair so we can go sit outside. It's all these beautiful sunny days I've not been able to go out and see. It's insanity. And then, of course, it's like I should film, but I can't. We have a lady that drives around here in a wheelchair, and for whatever fucking odd reason, she likes to come into your room. Just strolls right in your room, just sits there and stares. And today I was sleeping, and I wake up, and there she is. What the fuck are you doing in here? Yeah. Totally oblivious to anything. Doesn't really care. Just back, so I can't back up. She's trying to back her wheelchair up, couldn't get out of the door. So I've been watching a lot of movies and stuff. I'm rewatching series and stuff, binge watching. I don't know how many of you like to binge watch shit, but I just got through watching Stranger Stranger Things, Stranger Ways, or Breaking Bad. Obi has one out. And I was like, wow, man, you're busy all day long. Bullshit. You spend all this time going over the movies and TV shows. After a while, it's like you gotta do something else. So I'm looking for things to do to help when I get out of here. Well, it'd be nice if, like I said, if I can get one of those part-time things, that'd be just perfect. I have no problem sitting here and doing appointment setting part-time, like 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. Then you can just be yourself. I don't need help from anyone. Wouldn't have to ask for put my PayPal out or any of that shit. I understand they got rid of all those fucking jobs like it won't. Well, they did. Walmart actually, from what I heard, was bringing them back. But the greeters, two really places that did that a lot were McDonald's and Walmart. They had door greeters. People come in and asked you if you wanted something. Now McDonald's wouldn't quite work out. That's more of a senior citizen thing, and it's not really a wheelchair based thing because you go around all the aisles and get them napkins or ketchup or whatever they want. But Walmart, well, hell, any fool can just sit there. You check their bags when they come out. You greet them when they come in. That's it. It's like I have no real. I have no real. As long as it's monotonous things at work too. Like I said, I won't. The mail stuff for ones they used to have back in the day, you can make money by filling up so many things and sending them out. Those are basically cons now because they want money up front to get the stuff, and then they pay you back when you get paid. The best ones really look for like appointment setters, or customer service. And most of the home-based customer service inquiries you get a program and it has basically responses to it. You're mostly a hookup place. Like our doctors who go out, they're on 24-hour call. You're the person that answers the phone and then contacts the doctor to hook up with the person calling in the middle of the night. So a call center. Now I can do all those. My headset's good enough for that. My computer is fast enough for it. And surprisingly, it's been, oh, look, hi, Southern Cowgirl. Thank you for coming in. I've been a little bit under the weather, but I'm rebounding. So that's a good thing. So I thought I'd come up here and say hi to everyone and shit. Because hopefully, like I said, when we get out of here, look for V for Vets to have a lot more things that are going to be aired on that. I have done a show the other day on V for Vets, but normally when I just come on to give my health update or like see if I want to put my PayPal out or say if I wanted to just talk about topics that are just have nothing to do with being homeless, or that'll come on Bud. Keep the integrity of V for Vets only for that. And because there's a lot of good things we plan to do on there that we want to keep. We want to keep it orientated and focused on that. I mean, realistically, we were at 300. Oh man, I have to look it up. I think like 377 subs. We need 500. Now I can get 500. I get 500 overnight, but they would be through one of those, not bots or fake accounts, but what it is you go to these places and then all their members sign up for your channel and you add your name to the list and you sign up for their channels and it builds up the number. Well, it's not what we want. We want everyone that comes to V for Vets, we want them to be, to come there for that reason. Either they're supporting us or supporting the vets or what have you, or they are vets. So, and 376. That's about where we've stalled right now. So we have like 376 towards our 500. 500 will allow us to do the community page. The community page is very important for us because it's another form of transparency for us. So it's like something we want. That way, like, say, once a month or whatever, we can give an itemized thing of what's happened. We don't want to come on every single time somebody gives us something and like make a big deal out of it. In that sense, what we want to do is because you got to be careful too. We have several contributors who don't want their names given, so we just simply put down anonymous supporter, which, by the way, you can do. Now, at the end of that thing, you'll see there's a paypal.me/V for Vets. Yeah, we're doing a food drive. It was canned. It was canned. It was canned. But like I was informed of, if I don't get to the Arizona border and get the backpacks and stuff, and we still wanted to come up with some kind of little bags, it's still going to be heavy. Because one thing we really want is if we qualify for Walmart or Costco, which I don't see why not, we can go in there and we can get certain types of food. And that's the foods that you open up, put water in, throw them in the microwave, heat them up. Well, the little solar heater or cooker that I'm going to assemble here, there's two types. One of them has a glass lid on it. Now, the glass lid could be anything like, the glass that you use on picture frames. So that's a really cool thing. You go down to yard sales and stuff, and these people are selling all these pictures with the little glass frame. You just for like a quarter each, for $1 or whatever, and boop, there you go. Now, we're not trying to make enough to give out to every single person we give the food to. These are basically set up for encampments, so that we give several people throughout the encampment these so they can come up, because you still want to be reasonable about what you're doing. You got to keep in consideration that if they follow it, and it's not just any camp. These would be camps we actually would know, and chances are those would be the military ones, because a lot of the military camps tend to be more organized. They're not as dirty. They don't randomly pass out and start fires. That's the only thing we worry about. Now, the fold-up one that I'm working on, well, that thing is brilliant. It folds up. And you literally put it in your backpack and carry it away. That doesn't even need glass. It just opens up, and that's what I'm going to assemble. Test it out myself, because then you can simply take those pouch meals, add a little bit of water to it, sit it out on that container for about 20 minutes, and boof, it's heated up. Canned food, what we're going to do is the canned food, now that's the problem with that is it's heavy. And we've also looked into buying these 1.5 to 2 ounce things of peanut butter, which is high in protein. So you want to throw them in there. You want to throw about six of those in there, along with whatever other food. That way they can eat that and get the proteins they need. And there's always beef jerky. Now, that stuff's really expensive. I don't know how that's going to work. There was a person that actually made their own beef jerky, and they were going to donate it to us. I don't know if that's going to go through now. For one reason or another, I think they're going to sell the farm or something. I don't know. But, so we may not have that, but we sure can get the peanut butter, So that's what's going on there. So I figured, meanwhile, I get the cardboard, and it's all I need is cardboard. Like, when you go in Home Depot or something, you get a box, a medium to large box to build. That's perfect. Then you have to make 2 of the things, and you tape them together, glue, not tinfoil, but foil, and some tape, and you're on your way. Very expensive to make, and they have no fire hazard materials on them, like, gas, butane, anything that would be like that. Bell, you want to call him? I thought he knew. But like I said, he was last time I talked to him. He was on the phone, I believe, with Ginger. Or remember, he hung up from us. And then I noticed he went on to talk to Ginger because it notifies me when they do that group call thing. I think Ginger was trying to show him that. But I'm not sure if he actually knows. I will text him. God, I hate texting him when I'm live. Anyway. And again, Southern, if you wanted to come up, you can come up and say hi. I've had a better day now that I know my foot's not in danger of having to go back to the emergency room to have an operation. I'm still a little bit loopy because of the medicine they had to give me, which is fine. I'm not used to it, so it pretty well did what they wanted it to do. Well, look, Bill, I chased them all away. It only took 21 minutes, 22 minutes, yeah. Oh, but I wanted to come up here just to say hi to people. It's so much better than just either watching a movie or staring at blank walls. But that's one thing. I definitely want to make these little home things, and I got one I wanted to show you guys. If I can find it. These things are really cool. Lord, where'd it go? All right. I found it. Just order back in the system. Oh, too many tabs to go to just to load something on. Right, I got it. And now, as it drags along. Come on. Give me one sec, guys. Just being stubborn. All right, here we go. This is what I'm talking about. This thing is ingenious. And you can use it too. Now, mind you, these can only be used in sunlight. So, I mean, it's not going to be something you could use in the middle of the evening. However, if you're out there and I wanted to incorporate something that allowed you to see how to open a can with no can opener. Basically, you just rub it left to right, cross curb, rotate a little left to right, and eventually it will loosen up the lid. Really neat.
Hi friends, welcome to channel Brennerzizer. In one of my previous video, I have explained about solar.
Yes, this is his channel, not mine, but like I said, we'll skip. Get you that one. So here it is.
Foldable small solar heater. For this you need a cardboard 16 centimeter into 16 centimeter into 20 centimeter. Just cut out.
That's here.
Use a scale and a knife to cut it out carefully. Now you have to make such two. Once you make it, just fold across these two lines and wrap it with a.
What brings that home is the clicking of his fingernails. KY, how you doing, brother?
Alrighty.
See, these are really simple to make. And like I said, the only thing I would need is cardboard glue, cutting stuff, and what they end up doing after you. I'll move it forward because
Extra foil out.
it's not our video.
Thus, you have to prepare
You know what,
the
bud?
cardboard cutout.
I'll just
Now keep both
You hear me?
the glossy side in.
What was that, KY?
I'll just order some aluminum foil and some glue, and we'll just take it out of the funds. It's only gonna be like $7 or $8,
Yeah.
and it's for V for Vets. So
Side and keep one.
Well, if you wanted to do that, I was like I said, if anyone wanted to send this stuff, it's we're talking full cardboard and tape and glue. But yeah, we can do that.
the cardboard, like I told you, the hospital you're where you're at probably gets boxes every day.
I asked them. They're gonna check.
Okay, I know
What
they get boxes. They get
No, they
supplies.
do. But what they do is like the bagless grocery stores. They give the patients the boxes to use to pack up their stuff when they leave here. I can still ask for some. That should be no problem, really. It's their boxes. And they're everywhere. And I probably even have some at my house. But these things are ingenious. They're very simple to make. And then of course there's another one that we want to make, but this one
Top of other.
Can you pause it a second?
Yep.
You could probably ask one of the nurses if one of them have a yardstick at home, that you could borrow.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And that way you got a straight edge. You have a straight edge. You have a ruler.
Yeah, this stuff is not. I have all that stuff, and it's not really. I was gonna say even if the 99-cent store has idiotic rulers.
Now, if you go to that video of NNEs where that guy is there in Riverside, we get a hold of him and ask you to bring some boxes. He don't even have to come in, if he brings them to the front desk and say, hey, they're for my buddy in room 313.
Yeah, that's all they have to do. They literally.
He's right there in Riverside. He's right there.
That would work perfect too.
You just need to know how big a box is, larger boxes,
Yeah, that's just, I just want to. And once I get used to how to make it, won't be making that many to begin with. Move on to the next. Oh God.
Because we can go to. There's a number of websites we can go and get boxes cheap, and order them 12 at a time. But I would need to know dimensions. So after you're done with it, we can talk about what size you would need.
Hang on a second. Hold on, KY. Cover from. Of course, I missed the call. Yeah, that would work too.
The other thing is you can go to the post office. They have those priority mailboxes. They're free. And if you can have the guy get you like 4 of the large and then 4 of the medium priority boxes. There you go.
There you go. Or just, yeah, because I also saw where you can get just cardboard. What is it like? Big enough to whatever, strips of cardboard. But yeah, the boxes would be perfect. And then once you make the first one, the rest are really easy to make. And then I wouldn't have to make that many and be on to the next project. But they worked out because they're light. They fold up.
Well, go ahead and play it. And
yeah, let me.
take a screenshot when they get to the part where they show the dimensions. Or have they done that already?
Everyone in the chat.
Hello, Tonkin. Good to see you. Southern Cowgirl. How y'all doing?
Side, you have to put white paper and glue
Bill?
to stick the edges. I'm not using any plastic tape, trying to make it plastic free.
See how using
So
two
use
layers?
just the paper and glue at the
Yes.
side. All the three sides, you
So that's why you
Oops.
need the dimensions
have
across.
to do this, like this, all the three sides.
Because all boxes,
Now see, you can open
when they're
like
folded
this,
flat, they
and
have
you
seams.
can even squeeze from both the
Yeah,
sides to
that's-
fold it like this. And easily you can open. This is a very portable, students can carry in their school bag. I took some rice and water into small tiffin box. General temperature is room temperature 26-27 degrees centigrade. Now keep these under sunlight like this. Keep it for 10 minutes, and then I went to check the temperature. I can see already the water tiffin box is little bulged. That means water vapor is inside.
Hello, Shangi.
Hello, Shangi. Good to
Now
see
you
you.
can see the temperature increased by almost 10 degree centigrade. And if you see the heat of the rice, it is also increased by 15 degrees centigrade. It's like 43. Now, how to improve the efficiency? Here, wind is blowing, cold wind is blowing, taking some heat out. Also, from the center, the air is hot, so it is also taking some heat out towards up. So it is not heat trap type, it is just reflecting type. So if I wrap it with food grade plastic sheet, then the heat will be inside. Though I don't want to use plastic, but for your understanding purpose, see, if I put that wrap and keep 10 minutes, the efficiency is improved. The temperature is almost 53.67 degrees centigrade. So this,
So as you can see, those are really, really easy to make.
Did you hear what he said about food grade plastic sheet?
Right, it has to be food grade. Otherwise, if it heats up too much, it will melt. Like if you just he has another one that goes over the thermal heating, but that also keeps the heat inside, hot boxes it. So yeah, you can cover it up. And that's an additional, you carry it around with you. But you can get away with I don't know where you put it though, KY.
He said it
It's-
folds up. You could go in. If you had a cargo pants, you could put it in your cargo pocket, in your backpack, wherever you want.
Right, I meant the plastic he's talking about putting over top of it. Isn't it like saran wrap?
You're right.
What?
Food grade, that's all.
Right, you just have to keep it in the roller.
Right. It only has to be like the 8-inch wide. It doesn't have to be.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine tell me to take an empty toilet paper roll and roll it.
Why would you do that? If
so
you're
that
going to give them the furnace.
Right, but then you would have to give them the entire box of saran wrap, because if you don't.
But they come in different lengths. They come in like 4 or 5 yards. They're only like 89 cents.
Right.
Not a big deal.
Well, I was going to say, you don't need that much stuff. You wanted to conserve a little money and not go all the way out.
Well,
you simply wrap it around the toilet paper roll.
Let's say we give 3 or 4 of those to an encampment.
Well, then to give them a roll.
They don't all need a roll of paper. Saran wrap.
No, that's the point I'm making.
Yeah.
So what you do is get you a paper towel thing, cut it to the length you need, and make a real small wrap around that. Then they could just unwrap it and put it on without it.
Or they could just as well share the roll.
Right, but then you have to give them an entire roll. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying.
I do.
Well,
I understand what you're saying.
see, this is called saving. You don't need to give them an entire roll of saran wrap. You
No.
make a little amount to give them for what they may want to use. Either way, it's not that expensive. And so yeah, but we're looking more or less to try to find the people that oh God, that's not even on Vegas.
The leaders of the organizers
Right.
of the area. I had
One, because we don't.
And you give them the roll, and you say,
right.
Anytime they want to borrow, they come and get 2 feet of it, and it,
Exactly. We could do that and give them some extra ones of those in case one of them
extra
broke
rollers,
or got wet. So yeah, that would work out perfect. Usually the people that are leading the camps are the more reasonable ones. Most of the time, anyway. But that's
have people send you paper towel tubes, and then if they want to have a couple of people sit and wind it,
all good.
But then it's not gonna be in the box. It's gonna be exposed to everything, dirt, and you know what I'm saying. So that's not sanitary.
No, but you wouldn't wrap it, just keep it open. Anyway, those things would be easy for me to make up. We don't need to make up. I just want to get them, make a demo copy of it and see how it works, so we can have our own. And that would be nifty. Anyway, for the stove wise, there's a lot of little different things you can make. DIY stuff that I'm trying to find that's inexpensive and would help. Because if you go into survival videos or survival kits, there's a lot of different things they add in there that are just like, wow. Most of them, like that burn we were watching.
Here, commercial grade saran wrap, 12 inches by 3,000 feet, $16.
See?
18,
okay.
18 inches by 3,000 feet, $22. I mean, really, that's commercial grade.
Well, they're not that overly expensive. Like I said, if we go for Camp Runner, yeah, that should work. Mind you, I thought...
Here's Saran Wrap Premium at Walmart, $4.70.
And see, Deb will come in.
Let me see what size that is. That is...
And see, this is and I'll put it back. It's a... Let's how to erase it completely. Hold on. We wanted to make a solar cooker for the homeless vets, encampments we go to. And when we supply them like canned foods or those pouches, those ready-to-eat pouches that you just put a little bit of water in and heat it up. Well, so we can't exactly go out and give kerosene or anything like that. The little burners.
No flammable liquids.
Right. We don't want to start a fire or have, Lord forbid. So we found these items. And so now we just want to put a few together, test them out ourselves so that, these are really simple to make. Really simple to make. If you look at it right there. And you can see it folds open. Oh, let me get back to where really simple.
Okay, that roll for $4.70 is 100 square feet.
Wow.
So it's 1 foot wide by 10 feet long.
An innovative
No,
foldable,
it's got to be 100 feet long.
Solar heater
One
For this, you need
foot
a
wide by
cardboard,
100 feet long.
16
That's 100 square
centimeter
feet.
into 16 centimeter into 20 centimeter.
And what that does is and what we're talking about now, the goes over top and makes it like a hot box if you add that to it. See, because then you'll put it over the industrial grade stuff over top of that, and it actually increases the heat.
Right.
You know, it hot boxes it. So that
now that's pretty tiny. It's holding those
Yes.
look like about 4 or 5 inch diameter. There's no
Yeah.
reason we couldn't increase the dimensions of whatever that is.
Exactly, for at least a can of soup. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you can get 2 cans of soup in there, but okay, because those are 4 inches. A can of soup is only 2.5. Okay, but if we increase the width by 2 inches and the height by 1 inch, it wouldn't be that much bigger.
No, and
And
actually,
it would get that much warmer because it would have that much more reflectivity.
and we want big enough to have one of those pouches. Just actually, you're right. Sit down in the
Exactly. That
door. So I mean, what's the point of having the pouch stick all the way over there? Yeah, I was thinking of bigger too, but real simple to make, real easy, and like I said, those are really
real
cool.
simple trigonometry to figure out once we know what we want.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to do while I'm sitting here.
Okay.
You know, put something that like together and then get our I don't know what else. There was a couple of things I had seen while I was out there. Your own the US military used in Vietnam. There's a military and water filters, for example. I was going to ask you about this.
Water filters?
Yes, I was going to ask you. I know you weren't in Vietnam, but do you remember what the old school military do-it-yourself water filters were?
We filtered the water, but we had water purification tablets. You filter the water and then you dropped into a pill, and that chlorinized the water.
Yeah, there's a series of bottles you take. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, depending on
just Coke
if
bottles.
If it's just you by yourself, you buy water purification tablets. They already issued them, and that's what the little pouch is on the outside of your canteen for.
How funny!
And you fill up the canteen. You put a piece of clean cloth or part of your t-shirt, over the top of it, and you stick it down in the water and you let all the bubbles bubble out. Then you throw that piece of t-shirt away. You drop in two the water purification tablets and you're good to go.
Well, this one you don't even have to have the pills.
But okay, but sometimes you don't have time to set up this bottles and all this stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I know. But you okay? It's a do-it-yourself like this little burner thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, and what it is really neat. They just use a series of 4 little 2-liter Coke bottles. And I don't have the video yet, but it looks like it's really neat. And you
use sand and gravel and
it goes through.
One drips into the other.
Right. And they just hang. Real simple to make. They were showing how it was made.
Yeah, but like I said, if you're on the move, you don't have time to be hauling bottles around.
We go into encampments. Again, these are ideas to help people who are homeless and they're not on the move. And each of these little things can be used rather than not even having it. But
exactly.
They the other thing they can like I said, all these different survival things, some get really a little bit elaborate, like showers and stuff, which you saw the showers they made when we were out there, that one encampment.
Oh yeah, showers easy to make.
Yeah, They're little.
But a
Still,
lot of the homeless have access to city water.
that I didn't know. I didn't know if they were allowed to just access the city water.
A lot of
quite.
water fountains have a faucet on attached to the bottom of them or side of them.
Yeah, that's true.
At least in Wisconsin, they did. Here in Kentucky, they did. You know, they do. So depends on, I don't know whether, but like NC Deb says, there's a lot of stuff in the water beside dirt. Yeah, that's why the water purification tablets. There's cryptosporidium. There's bacteria. There's viruses in the water.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And the more advanced ones, KY, like you were saying, you can get it. It's a little pack you get. They're like not that expensive, and they do use the little pills, and they do use the little filter things. They're like a sheet or something you put on the bottom as it drips through. I don't know if that's more like
That's for particulates, and the pills take care of.
Right. So I mean, we're not in Vietnam, though.
No.
I don't think it'd be that hard for them to get water. I'm just saying. Any ideas people may have or certain things like that for them to survive would be great. But they also do the thing with the natural healing, which they cut the tree, pull the bark out a little, and then the sap comes out of it. Certain trees. I actually have the video on that. And it shows you how to make a natural, like aloe vera type thing to help with wounds and stuff. There's all kind of little things. I'm trying to find stuff that would be more applicable to these people, because if we go in, like, let's say, assume they're like the campments we were going to, they have access to that stuff just by walking. It's getting harder for them to use public restrooms, but there are places that if you do things for them, don't hang out from the store, make things to pick up, they'll let them use the restrooms after closing or whatever, just to clean up a little. So I don't know. But all that, like I said, this was one of the very first things that I know for sure that I can make up, and we don't need that many, that we can pass out to the vets that we're going to. Now it's kind of be nice if they had like V for vets written on it, but no. If we had our name written on it, we'd be responsible for anything.
Right. We don't want to put any identifying information on it. No, nope.
No, we're not the Red Cross.
It's hella experience. I don't quite get that, but okay.
Expensive, maybe. I heard it's expensive to do that. It takes a long time. Very long time. Yep, expensive. It's expensive with less, but yep.
It's also very complicated. That's how they do it on board ships, is by reverse osmosis.
Really? Well, yeah.
My brother's father-in-law at T&D Machine has been manufacturing reverse osmosis systems for the Navy for over 40 years. So most ships over the past 40 years have been receiving their reverse osmosis systems from where my brother works. Well, he retired this January, but yeah, until recently though, T&D Machine had the contract for all the reverse osmosis systems. They started with the dairy industry, and someone got wind that they were doing it for the dairy industry and said, well, had you ever considered doing it for the Navy? We need someone to do it. And so that's how they got the contract.
Oh, nice. And that, I guess that's better water then, right? Is that
Well,
what the
you
purpose?
can't drink salt water.
No.
That's how they get their fresh water on a ship.
What? Oh shit! That is a little bit expensive. So there we go. Is that El Ray? El Ray, thank you for coming in. It's been a while. I think I was able to say hi to you the other night.
Hello, El Ray. Thank you for coming in. Oh, we're up to 4 people now. Woohoo!
Yay! I didn't think we get hardly anyone because 5. See, you spoke too early. Like I said, I am really looking to do things. Also putting out there, if anyone works at a home-based job or something and is hiring, let me know. Taking part-time offers. I need to find something to do now for at least another 2 weeks. Jessica, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Because I've already been in this bed for what now? 5 weeks, KY?
Yeah.
It's starting to go stir crazy. My mic cut out. And move this stuff. So there it is. I think I'll be able to assemble a few of them, get the right size, and then maybe have one of the nurses, or by the time I do it, I'll be able to go out to the patio and heat something up. See how it works. I used to have a temperature thing too, KY.
Have a what?
Restaurant temperature guide like the guy was showing you.
Oh, okay.
I just want to get the idea how actually they work, how good they work, but it's going to vary. We ever made the box ones with the glass lid? I want to add a little temperature thing in there, but that's not cheap. That makes it because that way they can tell what temperature it's at. But I guess the foods will be given to them. You just got to heat it up, right? They're not requiring 165-degree internal temperature before you can eat it.
No.
Most of this stuff has already been
cooked. It's just a matter of reheating it.
Oh, and see, back in October, or was it around October of last year, I was with Ice Cold Audits, Tommy Woods, and we were feeding the homeless veterans. They had been chased away by the cops, and we went down into a drainage ditch.
A culvert.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay, culvert. And they had spilled over a lot of their waste and stuff into this big, huge puddle. Well, I had open plasma wounds because my legs were already messed up. I managed to contract a bunch of bacterial infections. And that was the downfall, really, of it. And then got around January, I stepped on, I lost my footing on this little walkway led to my house. And it was a hole, very small hole. But that was Friday night. By Monday morning, it had spread all the way across the bottom of my foot. And, well, anyway, I had to be rushed to the emergency room because it was bad. Turns out I had MRSA, quite a few other nice little nasty things. Well, they let me go early because I'd already been in the hospital for other things. So I ended up going home, and when I went home, the infection took over again. And this time it spread across the entire bottom of my foot and also to my other foot. So here I'm in the hospital right now, or an advanced nursing care center, fighting these infections off and growing the skin back because they had to remove the skin from the bottom of my foot and heel. So pretty messed up. And then recently they took me off the antibiotics without doctor's order, and it got reinfected again and added another. So I was really depressed, and I can't get out of bed. I cannot stand on either foot right now. But I've got happy to say that after they did their little debriefing, cutting out all the stuff, they found pink new skin. So, ta-da! It's amazing. My feet are actually okay again. I'm not kidding you. I really was worried yet again, that because I've been told they were going to amputate it about 2 to 3 times. They were going to amputate my entire leg. They had to put a stent in my femoral artery. But, you know, I basically, I just can't see myself losing my leg or foot for going down to help homeless people. So I don't think God's going to let that happen. I think it's more or less patience, which is I need to learn. But being locked up, I'm a hyper person. I really am. I am not the type of person that can sit in a bed without moving. And they got me in isolation right now too, so I can't even have a roommate. But in the end goal in a month and a half, 2 months from now, when I'm released, I will be at least able to walk far enough to get into a wheelchair. And, once, it doesn't sound right, but one step at a time is what I'm going for. Literally. Get to the wheelchair, then go from the wheelchair to the cane again, but not be trapped in a bed because I cannot get out of this bed. I cannot walk. I cannot get in a wheelchair right now because the pressure that goes to the feet from the blood. I have to keep my feet elevated up. So it's hard, you know what I'm saying? And if it wasn't for people like KY, I probably would have already just shot myself. I have a lot of he allowed me access to a couple things like movie channels that I can sit here and watch some really good shows. Yeah, and it does it helps, but it's like I was telling Ginger earlier. I go to sleep. I know when I wake up, I'm stuck in this bed. And it's over and over. I don't know how people do this for a life. I just couldn't do it myself for a lifetime. But I've been putting in applications. And no, not trying to get a stand-up job. I understand that shit. But there's got to be a data entry, appointment setter, customer service type, do it from your computer part-time that will eventually hire me. Because of now, I have no way to earn that extra income I was making by selling things. I used to sell a lot of stuff. I was also starting and kind of got derailed my stand-up. I did improv, they pay you. And since I don't need that much money because I don't go out and buy tons of shit, I just use the money usually like tonight. If I was hungry, I could buy some food. Not have the food sent because when my roommate doesn't have because of the way gas is, he can't be driving up here all the time. I don't know. Some of the food in this place, dude, doesn't even equal up to prison grade. And I'm hyper. That's the other thing. I'm insanely hyper. I just sitting around and I will not ask God for patience because I had a friend of mine long time ago that did that, and their entire database was wiped out, and they had to re-enter all the files in. I learned not to ask for things I don't want. But it's like I said, I got about another month and a half, 2 months to go before I'll safely be discharged. And then when I get home, it's going to be mostly the wheelchair, but you guys will have I'll have the privilege, not you guys, of being able to go out and help feed the homeless again. Be able to go out and do things that me and KY have been talking about because it's hard. It's like what we just showed you. I mean, you don't know how many times I've told people about these wonderful little cookers. That's why I don't want to wait anymore. I want to get him. Do that, KY, because just enough for me to sit up and make a few of these things. Hell, shit. You have any models at home? No, I can't. Start bringing models in. Yeah. Now, and they won't do, and it's other thing, little things like the physical therapy. I need to get my roommate to bring my weights and my bands in for the upper body strength, but now physical will not is going to cut the hours back right now because they can't do anything with me. They need me to be in the wheelchair so they can then their therapy on, strengthening the legs, strengthening the sit up and sit down, because they made the fatal mistake of putting me in a wheelchair. Well, okay, I basically said, put me in a fucking wheelchair, and I started to slide out of it. I could not stop myself from sliding out of it. And I did damage to one of my feet, and it was nothing I could do, which is just borderline. That's like watching one of those ridiculous commercials. I've fallen and can't get up. But that's basically what it was. I could not get up. However, we had other people out there, another part of our V for Vets family, S. Graham. He may be going back yet again to the hospital. He is sick. Prayers are needed for him. You got KY going through, you don't have to splatter your name out there, KY, but you got your wife, you got your family. So it's been a rough year for us. But we went forward. We did a lot of great things. We got our EIN number. We got our bank account, our official V for Vet bank account, our official PayPal. If you look, the V for Vets PayPal link goes straight to the V for Vets bank. There is no, it'll go through me or KY, which it didn't go through me anyway because KY is the treasurer. But there it is, the PayPal for V for Vets at paypal.me/V for Vets. So you know that not only is it a write-off, but you know it goes straight into that account, which is transparent. And a lot of things we want to do, and one of those things is our canned food drive, or actually our food drive, because it was brought to our attention. Canned food is great. I'm old school, though. That's what I was thinking of. But any food like those pouches is. So when I get out of here, I've contacted them via email, but I'd rather go in person to Walmart to get their, they'll donate a card that you can use throughout the store. We could buy at Sam's. They got another 5. We can buy the food straight from them on a discount card and then use them to fill up the boxes and pass them out. So that's where we are right now. Other than sitting in this bed, which, like I said, actually it's not a bad idea. Too bad I really don't think I could do it. The model thing, KY.
What was that?
Make models.
I used to.
No, I did too, but I don't want to make models and you gotta get the paints and all that crap. No, I do paintings, but I want a hobby or something I could do. I could actually end up prospering the homeless. My friend in Australia is getting Aborigine artwork, which is phenomenal. Help them out, and we can auction them on V for Vets to go to the charity who's going to donate some of them. Sell those and actually put it great. I mean, I was really impressed with the artwork you can get in Nevada. When you went up and started to leave the city of Nevada or whatever, you go up in the hills, and the Indian tribes up there have their own stuff they sell. It's amazing. The jewelry, paintings. I really like the paintings though. Aborigines also have earth artwork, which everything that's made on that painting is used off of land material, like bark, grass, whatever. The bark, they cut it up and they glue it, and then they seal it with an epoxy or whatever. And I have a few of them. Those are really nice. But welcome back, NC. Uh, but like I said, it's been all day here, so wanted to. I don't really know. I've got an interview coming up with someone I wanted y'all to meet. She's a wound care specialist who's going to volunteer her time to help me get my first response, which I almost qualified to begin with because I've wrapped my own wounds so many times. But so that when we go out, we can bandage up, or stabilize their wounds for them so they don't get infected like what happened to me, or at least, keep them cleaner. No, so you get to talk to her. That thing doesn't need a lot either. We just need some of the medical supplies, which are usually the extra ones that were laying around for whatever reason. You got in a car wreck and you had home health care come and they use the bandages. They're not allowed to take them back. Once they're sent to you, once the seal of the box is open, even if the inner ones are not, it doesn't matter. You cannot bring them back. So a lot of times they just sit around and don't do anything. Well, we're trying to get a few of them together. Some of them are expensive. Some of them are not. The non-stick pads, the wraps and stuff, But, so we got a lot of things going. We're just not able to do a lot of them because I can't walk or even wheel. Not yet though. And I got everything I need at home. The wheelchair is there. So how was your food? Okay, how was your food?
Oh, end up having to go to McDonald's and got a quarter pounder and fries instead of. They never delivered.
They never delivered. So you sat there and went.
They charged my credit card, confirmed the order, gave me a delivery time,
and asked you for a rating,
and then never delivered. And I called them, and then it said this store is now closed. Like, what the hell?
Wow. So I guess you call them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Her med kit, okay.
Now I was told that you could go to some of these places and they may donate a couple first aid kits, which we could get to the camp leaders as well. Make sure each of them has a basic. But problem with that is so many of these people, when it's broken up by the cops, migrate. And then you have the leader stuck with all the stuff. Okay. That's why I'm trying to find that lady. I got all these other guys, and like I said, they're spreading out. But that one lady constantly goes out there for her church and organizes 2 camps. So she's in constant contact with them. At the time, she didn't have a phone to give us. We actually interviewed her. That's that day that Ice and them went off to go buy something, and she was still doing the interview. So it wasn't live. She saw a guy. Oh, wow. Yeah, damn. Yeah, well, another place that needs help with shoes and socks, of course, is Vegas. It's insane over there. The heat gets so hot, it just melts the skin off the bottom of their feet. Not so much here in LA, but damn, I feel you on that.
Some states, Utah,
Arizona, yeah. Well, then the cold states too. Get frostbite.
You have to worry about heat in the cold states.
Right, but you got to worry about frostbite in the cold ones.
Yes.
You walk around Ohio without shoes.
Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, North and South Dakota. Yeah, they get warm in the summer, but they get damn cold in the winter.
Which is why I want to get those camouflage things in Arizona. The jackets, apparently, and the cargo pants.
Well, obviously,
Ain't gonna happen anytime soon.
it's not going to happen the way we thought it was.
No. Oh well.
Even Mutuals in California, by the way.
Oh, really? A visit?
Business, I guess.
It has
for at
to
least
be.
another week. He's not that far from you.
Oh, funny. I'd love to meet Steven.
You should send him a message. I'd really like to meet you.
Why don't you do that? Wasn't he really sick recently?
Yeah, he was.
Which reminds me, Brian is sick right now too.
Yes, in the hospital in Orlando.
Hang on, guys, my nurse.
Well, you have to be careful with straight bleach because you can get chlorine poisoning. You have to be careful with that. You don't use straight bleach. That's not true. If you have a pan like you get at the hospital, one of those little tote pans you get at the hospital, and you fill that with water, you want to put like 2 glugs of bleach in that, or half a cup. You don't want to put straight bleach. You especially with an open wound. You get chlorine poisoning and die. I mean,
Yeah, that's right.
In the military, they get a 500-gallon water tank, and when it's been in storage a while, the first thing you have to do is clean and sanitize it. So you take the hose, you go to the water plant and take the hose, and you rinse the sides and the back and the front, and get all the dust out of it, and you drain it. And then you fill it up half full of water, and you dump 2 bottles of bleach or 2 to 3 gallons of bleach water in it, about 250 gallons of water. And then you drive, and you speed up, you slow down, and make it slosh everywhere 3, 4, 5 times. And then same thing on the way back. You turn around and head back for the water point. You slosh 3, 4, 5 times. You make that water slosh everywhere. Get that bleach water slosh. And then you drain that all out. And then you start filling it up. And you let the water drain out. Clean out the bleach water from the spigots and the drain hole. So there's no raw bleach in there.
Right. I got medical bleach at home.
And bleach is bleach, okay? If for that purpose, you don't need medical bleach.
Well, no, for my wounds, I got medical bleach.
Right.
There's a company that makes it specifically. It's the same thing the nurse told me. No, you're not going to use straight bleach because I told you I was going to use bleach on my legs, and she's like, "No, you're not." And she bought this stuff.
Yeah, no bleach. Standard household bleach is 2%. Concentrated is 3 to 4%, depending on the brand you buy. It's only 4% chlorine. Yeah, that's if you look at the bottle and read it, that's what it'll tell you. Standard bleach is 2% concentration. and concentrated bleach is it'll say either 3 or 4%. That's it. You get straight bleach on your skin, it would burn your skin, chemical burn, and it would give you chlorine poisoning, and you would die.
God, I wish I remembered the name of the company.
What's that?
The bleach got me. I mean, I've heard the name before, but oh, that's right. Right, here it is.
Well, like Clorox or what?
No, well, no, it's
The medical bleach?
yeah, the one she got me, which because we were at that point before we started using the Trempeadol, that was basically the whole thing. Right there, it's dank. It's right, which you sit on wounds. But that's the name of the company anyway. Just in case you were interested.
And the other thing that is good is tea tree oil. It is
Yes.
antibiotic. It is so many different things that it could treat.
Yeah, I wish I had a picture of it. You have some, don't you, KY?
What's that? Trempeadol?
Yeah.
No, I gave mine to Ginger almost a year ago.
Oh, I thought you kept the bottle.
No.
You should always keep a bottle.
For what? I don't need it. I don't have any of those problems.
But you could.
I could. Then I could order some then too. Ah.
But then you'd have to wait for
I know this guy who knows a guy who
Knows
has
a guy
that
that has that
stuff.
stuff. These are really good. I have that one too.
I paid for enough of it. I know where to get it from, bud.
I know you know where to get it. It doesn't help you when you don't have it.
Well, if I see that I'm developing the problem that would require it, I know what to do to get it before it gets worse. So it only takes 2 days to get to me from Chicago.
Oh.
I don't live out in the boonies in the West Coast there, you know.
Yeah, it took 6 days last time.
Exactly. When the company ships it to me from there, it's 2 days. Boom, boom. You forget, UPS headquarters is right here in Louisville. So everything in the world gets shipped from Louisville to wherever. If it comes from the States, most of it in the Midwest and East Coast, it comes to Louisville, and then it goes wherever. So I'm here where it gets shipped from. So
well, there you go. Yeah, and also like as well as Graham would be Jackie Good Citizen Green. She's gone through a rough time, very rough time. That's why I haven't seen her in a while. I mean, times are tough for a lot of people.
And Jackie still needs $136 to get her car out of the mechanic shop. He's nice enough to keep it there and only charge her $25 a month. But at the end of this month, it's going to be another $25 because she doesn't have the money to get her car out of the shop. And I helped her as much as I could, whatever I had that I could send it. But I can't do what I did last year.
Nope. No, unfortunately.
When my wife passed away, I lost over $1,100 a month in income. So it makes it hard to do what you did before. You just can't. Sorry, but I can't.
Well, come on, you don't be sorry about anything.
So
Yeah, and see, isn't that the great thing? That's what we tell people. We're out there doing all this stuff, and there's no real rich people in our little group.
no,
Okay,
there's no multimillionaires donating $10,000 a month to us, so we can do whatever we want as often as we want. That's for sure.
no. I can make kites. The entertainment. You ever do that when you're a kid, KY? Make your own kite?
Oh yeah, my dad showed us how. My dad used to make awesome kites. He learned from Japanese because he was in the Pacific, and there were these Japanese civilians that showed the guys how to make kites and fighting kites. And this was back in the World War II. And he taught them how to make these things. The guys, and they were all young guys, they were all 19, 20. They thought that was neat. And so when we got to be about 8 or 9 years old, my dad went to the sporting goods store and bought braided fish line for deep sea fishing, and said, "This is kite string." He said, "This is about 250-pound test." He said, "That should be strong enough to hold your kite." I said, "Strong enough, Dad? We won't have a 250." He said, "No, you have to win. The wind pulls on the kite." He said, "Put that much tension on." Oh, I don't know. I was 8 years old. I didn't know about that. He said, "Yes, you have to He said, "Regular kite string won't hold." I said, "Well, how big a kite are you going to make us?" He said, "Oh, it's going to be about 5 feet tall." What? He said, "Yeah. I got the plans figured out in my head. It's going to be about 5 feet tall and about 3.5 feet across." Well,
nice.
So, and he did. He made us this huge kite, and we took it out in the field by the house on a day when it was just a slight breeze blowing. He said, "And here's, guys, you need to know the stronger the wind, the longer the tail you need. So today is just a slight breeze blowing, so we only need about 4 or 5 feet of tail." He said, "If the wind gets stronger, you're going to have to add another 2 or 3 feet until it stops swaying back and forth." That's how we got our first lesson in kite flying, and got it up in the air. Well, the wind's a lot faster up, higher up you go. So he said, "I see the kite swaying, even though it's not that far up." He said, "All right, pull it down." "What? Pull it down?" He said, "Because we're going to have to add more tail, because we barely have it up 100 feet, and it's already swaying back and forth. We need to add more tail." So my mom had given us some old sheets, and we just started tearing the sheets into strips, 4-inch wide strips. He's now every 2 feet. He said, "You make a bow tie that's going to be about 6 inches wide." He said, "That way your tail doesn't have to be as long."
Wow, see, I like that. That's back in the day, dude. A lot. My mother and dad taught. I ended up making fighting kites out of the comics. And you assemble the razor blade on it,
and what we used for the kite material was he had got a sheet of plastic they used to wrap the motors with. It came in a roll, but when the roll gets so far, it won't feed through the machine anymore. So it always left like 3 or 4 feet on the roll. And so they threw a couple of the rolls out. And my dad said, can I get those? Take those home. Because once they're garbage, you can't use them for anything. No, okay. So they wrote them out what they call a pass. And he brought them home. And he said, "There, see, the kite material's free."
Nice.
And then we made the kites up and took it out to the field the next day on Saturday, and flew it. We got it about 300, 400 feet up. And it was my dad was 6'3", and he was hard pressed to hang on to it. He said, "I'm afraid this kite's too big for you guys. It would pick you up and drag you down the road." He said, "I'm gonna have to make a smaller one for you guys. This is definitely an adult only kite."
There you go. I went out when I got to California and bought the Trick Kite and then another. I think it was stolen when we were living in Ohio, but it was a Red Baron, literally with Snoopy on top, the whole plane and everything, and long tail end and everything.
Huh.
Now here's the other. I got pictures. This is the other one.
We are going to make a box type for this.
I
You
love
need a
this
small
one.
box like this. Then you
The
need
heater.
a thermocol about
Yeah,
1 inch thick.
but this one's a little bit
Use
more.
this
You
black
need that
paper
glass.
on
So
top
the
of this
size of
thermocol.
the box and
This will be
stuff.
the base of the cooker.
Yeah, the glass cutter.
Cut
Right.
4 thermocol pieces, 2 of same size. Each one is 1 centimeter thick. The sizes are shown on the screen.
Right.
Now put glue on the thermocol and stick aluminum foil with a tape. Remember to make 4 walls, thermocol into it.
So you assemble the box
Then
of that.
all the top cover, keeping one about 2 centimeter long. I had a glass. I have to fix it on top of it. For that, I have used this kind of cotton tape and hard glue. I stick this on top of it, and I use a handle also for this to open the glass like that. Now we have to make reflector. The size is
Yeah,
Pause
go
it
ahead.
a second.
on the
Why couldn't you use Lexan instead of glass?
I think it's because of the way it reflects. I don't know.
Its temperature is good. It's good for like 400 or 500 degrees. I thought.
Could check. But once I found out,
You wouldn't have to worry about it breaking.
that's true. Plexiglass work, but I was gonna
Not
say,
plexiglass. Plexiglass will melt if you get it hot. Lexan.
right? Since I was able to find a buttload of those framed pictures
Glass.
after,
Picture frames, yeah.
right?
You can
Which
get
are
picture frames cheap.
yeah. This is the first one we found, and I like it. Except now, it's not as portable as the
Right.
fold up one,
Right.
but it heats up a lot better. A lot better. You cook up more hotter, and
Well, it's
still
bigger, it has more
Okay.
reflectivity. So that's why I was saying that little
Why
fold up
okay.
one, if we make it 2 inches wider and 2 inches taller, it would heat up better.
yeah. I think we'll do that to get go.
Did
I think
you
I'll
ever
make it
see a
to the-
portion where he gave you the dimensions? Was there
Never
a
see a
portion on
portion
that
of-
last
oh.
video where they ever gave the
Yes.
dimensions?
Yeah, he gave you exactly how big, what to do it, but I'm sure we can increase the size, KY.
Sure. It's
He didn't
just a
say
simple
it was
trigonometry,
necessary.
AC
Yeah.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And when you start with one, you know what they're all going to be, because those are all right triangles. It's real simple trigonometry.
Yeah. Now, this is after it assembles
Pinch
the
of
whole thing,
salt and chili powder.
which, personal
I
preference.
kept it
chili powder.
inside, and after 30 30 minutes, I took it out. Yep, the plate is very much hot. Yep. Here it is. The egg is completely cooked.
So as you can see, that was our first. Now, of course, you can get in more elaborate ones and stuff, but
Yes.
then they're harder to carry, and they're
Right.
harder to move, and it's not it. The idea is that we can make like 3 or 4 of them, give them to
Portability.
the camp leader, right? He can
Yeah,
move in and out without any
portability
problems with
and
it.
ease of use.
And that itself is important, especially with what we're trying to do, which is to give them more of a food based, so like we don't
Fresh
just go out
food
like
instead
once
of
every 2
junk food.
right.
Yeah.
Now, whether or not they choose to use them or not, well, that would depend on how we get to know these people, actually. Because part of the thing is once we find that old encampment, my goal is to spend the weekend with them from like Friday night to Monday morning and document the stuff they need and stuff. And
Oh, so
usually,
totally reinfect them.
exactly. Share the love, spread the
Yeah, I
love.
know. I shared a little bit. The gift that
It's-
keeps on giving. Right?
yes.
No, okay. I get it. I get it.
Because it's got to be pretty, well, like I said, most of the military camps we ran into, most were organized.
Well organized, and that's first thing you learn. You learn is your basics and your field sanitation before you even get a basic training.
Yeah, and I really appreciated the people we met. There was a few of them that had some issues, but that's anywhere you go.
You're always gonna have some turds.
right.
It's just that's the way it is. You're always gonna have some turds in the pile.
Oh. Well, like I said, that would be
Whether
really
it's
cool.
mental issues or physical issues, they're out of the service for a reason.
Yeah, and
Okay,
it's
so
all of them though. As we've talked about KY meeting extensively, no matter they're not all going to be perfect, but
no,
we want to hook them up with the VA or and the appropriate agency or the appropriate help center that can help them. Or we just if we can help even a handful of them from committing suicide
each
or
one that we can help is that one more that's been helped and one is no longer struggling.
exactly. And it's very rewarding. We met a lot of great people out there. Being able to work with, and I know people have differences with some people, but you got people like we went out with Ice Cold Audits. We've gone out with Tommy Woods. We've gone out with Furry Potato. We've gone out with Smo Diego. There's just been so many, a Mighty Whitey, just incredible people that go out there and don't ask for money and just donate their time in order to help somebody else. It's really cool. But like I said, I brought you my update on my health, and like I said, I'm getting better every day. But that would be really cool, Kayla, if I could assemble some of those things here, or maybe figure out something else we could do. Like, give me something to do while I'm sitting in here. Although I still do have a few series I have to go through yet. I need to hook up the antivirus program and the VPN and
VPN.
I need to
It's
go
really
to
real simple. You just
no, but because I want to get that Sons of Anarchist.
Sons of Anarchy.
Because that's not in the U.S. Why is that?
That's
It's kind of
that's a U.S. series.
can't find it on Netflix.
Well, it may not be on Netflix. It may have been on a different. You check Amazon Prime.
I don't have Amazon Prime.
You didn't ask for it either.
True, but but Bell said it's on Netflix.
But see, that's in Canada. They don't have the same availability as we do. Ginger tells me,
Oh.
"Oh, go watch this series on Netflix." I go to Netflix. There's nothing on there or anything like that. Well, yeah, it is. I watch it every day. I said, Ginger, not on ours. You're in Canada. We're in the U.S. You get different videos available, different films available than we do. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Well,
And she'll say, "Watch it. It's free." And I'll go, "No, Ginger. They want $4.95 for me to watch it." What? No, it's free. I said, "No, Ginger. It's free for you in Canada. You're different. What's available free to you in Canada is not necessarily free to us in the U.S. Different laws, different copyright laws."
Yeah. Now, dude, I happened to catch on YouTube that was the Family Feud of the Porcupine. I love that.
I couldn't understand the word of that.
He asked the question, "What follows pork?" And
That idiot.
That idiot. One says porcelain.
Epine. Porcelain. Pork epine. Yeah, no,
Pork
that's not
epine. Then there was the pot roast, potato. See, I'm getting bored. I wonder if it went down. Can find out what my blood pressure is. Oh, I can't see Ginger. Could you drop the link? I don't have V for Vets up, so I cannot see Ginger. Can you see her?
She's here. I can't see her, but I'll drop it in the chat.
No, I know she's a Bell. Just said hello to her.
There it is. Bell dropped it already. So
Sweet. I'm switching to see. Hang in there.
I can't see her. I told you I can't see her on StreamYard either.
Oh, God. That's great. There we go. It takes a sec. I gotta mute it. Of course, I have to get through all the ads. And yes, she came in. Hi, Ginger. See, that makes no sense. I know Ginger's in here, and I know Bell's in here. And I remember NC saying that we're going to just chill with the doggy and listen. And yet we're only showing one person. Weird.
Yeah, there's something messed up. That's for sure. Because you know, Bell and Ginger are in the chat. That means there's at least two.
At least two. The other day, Bell said hi to me. It said 0. I'm like, okay. He's not really there. Oh, let me see if she replied. Are you gonna come up, Ginger? Wait a minute. Are you coming up, Ginger, or are you staying in chat? Because all she said was, hi all, XOXO. I wonder if she's still there. So when you came back, you talked to her. How was she?
She was okay. She had pressed the wrong button on the phone and kicked herself off. It happens. Not like you haven't done it or I haven't done it.
Oh, exactly.
It happens. Oh shit! I pressed the wrong button. Oh well, call him back.
She goes, well, ow. Jesus. Okay, so finally, I was gonna say, what are you doing tomorrow? I know what I'm doing. You getting tired, or you're tired? Not
Yeah,
getting
I'm tired.
Well, we can actually end it if you want, KY.
Yeah, if you want to. We're down to 2 people.
Yeah, most of the night we've been at 2. Like I said, I wasn't going for numbers. I was just going to get on here and do something else besides.
Well, I wanted to watch the rest of my episode, and you said, "Oh, it's, 9:30, right?" So, okay, gee, I got 50 minutes.
Shit, what?
No, it was longer than that because that was around 8 o'clock, right? That was around 8 o'clock. You said so.
Yeah.
I said, "Oh, I got plenty of time." Well, then Ginger called, and then of course so I couldn't watch it. Well, she was talking to the phone on the phone with me. And then the boys wanted me to order food, so I had to stop to order the food. And then by the time I get done with everything, I didn't have enough time to finish. So I'm like 7 minutes to the end of the program. I can't watch the end of it. It's all right. It won't go anywhere. I can always back it up a little bit and see what happening. That series is pretty funny. Are you gonna end it or what, bud?
Of course, I'm muted.
Couldn't hear a word you were saying. Yeah.
I'm
Are
all
you
like,
gonna end
what?
it? I thought, what is he just sitting here thinking? Did he fall asleep? What?
No, I said, thank you, Belle, for all your hard work. And thank you for coming in, Jessica Stone.
Sure
And
you did. Sure you
yeah,
did.
then I'm like, you got any final words, KY, before I do the butt out? And I just said, anyone? I looked down and muted.
Like I said, it's not like we haven't pressed the wrong button. So yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. So everybody stay safe, be well. Till next time.
All right. This is Bud Grower for everyone out there. Take care. Bud out.
KY out.